Magister barracks.
Mercy? From someone who stole a divine order soldier? Please, you've got... She didn't do anything wrong. She was just trying to save lives, but no one will listen. Please, there's no...
Paladin de Selby, you have been declared guilty of insubordination.
You approach, but the Paladin's icy blue eyes never move from his prisoner.
You are
You can call the...
The prisoner will be silent. We are beyond.
They were boys. Local boys that signed up for steady pay and a couple of white...
At best, you are a coward. At worst, you are a traitor. In either case, the sentence is death.
We'll see how this goes. I don't have any persuasion skills, so I'm not sure I can aid Paladin Dizzleby.
His icy eyes...
Step aside, stranger. I see. Now, if you would do me one service more, stand aside. This traitor, it is time.
Kemm, please. Kill me if your damned honor demands it, just not here.
Justice must be seen. It can...
Please, don't do this, not...
May her sin be forgiven and her name forgotten. This we pray in Lucian's name. Now, back to your duties. There is much to do.
Water and air weakness.
A wife can drag her away when Kemm says so.
It's kind of nice that the game doesn't try to hide this undead property on their targets. You have Lore Master. You can see which one are the likely people who are not what they seem. Sorry about it. I'm not going to start a fight over her though. Gave it a good shot.
The spirit of a half-dressed Magister. The spirit. Hello! He starts to swipe and jab his...
Sort of have to loot these bodies. We're gonna hold tips.
Nothing. Just more Magister rubbish.
Try to steal from him. This is probably the best opportunity we'll ever get. He's stable, standing still.
This is taking too long. I'd better see some results soon.
Probably isn't gonna give chase either if we steal something. Okay, sounds like a plan.
Treachery and collusion. I'll have Raymond. It was you who sent us the War Owl. Without you, the Black Ring... All this is thanks to you, you know. The Lord Dread, should you hear it, but rest assured, your help is not needed. My paladins will find her, and she will fail. No, but do not fear, we will find her. And I promise you, if she is involved in this Black Ring conspiracy, she will.
I don't want to
I do
confide
not.
in
If
him.
the conspiracy with the Black Ring extends as high as the Hammer herself, the Whites, the Order must persist. Enjoy the
What level of thievery would be necessary? 5. We can get it higher.
The Whites must have left something of value behind.
Yep, that's what they must have done. Wedding ring. Seems to act like a key. Run, you fool!
The Whites must
This fire was set on purpose. Where would I hide?
We're not really expecting a fight here, so I could keep the thievery gear. Better not.
Order of society, the Magisters say. Not much bloody order in this place.
Fools!
Careful.
They aren't even looking
I've
in the right
spotted a trap.
spot. What's this?
He sneered.
No matter. I was coded letters, passwords, security measures, all my creation.
The spirits.
Desperate measures made necessary. My task was to protect my very life.
Careful now. That's a trap. Traps. The Magisters didn't want anyone poking around in here.
No, they didn't. Necklace of the Sun.
Just more Magister rubbish.
Magister rubbish.
The spirit of a.
Look at this! Just look at this! I got Brent. I came back to see if I...
The spirit.
You're no paladin. But why should I tell you? I'm not about to...
We're basically missing very minor things by lacking persuasion. In the larger quests, it's basically worthless.
Where would I hide something I didn't want to know?
The plaque reads 2. The plaque reads 4. Engraved on the plaque are the word. The plaque reads. The plaque reads.
Okay, what's the correct order? Purity of mind, order of society, discipline of body, loyalty to divine.
The plaque reads. The plaque reads 2. Engraved on the plaque are the plaque reads.
Just more Magister rubbish.
Look out! I see a trap nearby. What's this?
A combination lock is embedded into the face of the hatch, with 4 numbers. A sequence of numbers has been engraved on the face of the mechanism. 1324. Below each of the 4 dials, the first dial must be set. The mechanism click. The second dial has the same 4 phrases. The third dial bears the same options as before. One last dial, the final dial. Silence. The hatch doesn't budge. A sequence of each of the 4 dials bears. The first dial must be set. The mechanism, the second dial has the same 4 phrases to select. The mechanism click. The third dial, another click. One last dial, the final. Then, deeper within, the hatch yields.
What? No, it can't be. You cheated.
Whatever. 60,000 just to reach here. It's probably the lowest amount of experience you get these days. Raymond's orders. Like a treasury of sorts. Disusable.
So much effort to maintain secrecy. What are the Magisters hiding?
Chilly room. Hoping so for some sort of a reaction. No. Okay, what's the other part?
Look out! I see a trap nearby.
Everything is pretty much destroyed here. So outside sheets of paper.
Careful! I've spotted a trap.
Doesn't appear to be anything all that valuable here.
Careful now. That's a trap.
Encrypted book. Purity of mind.
More Magister trickery. They must have many secrets to go to all these lengths.
Push these buttons quite yet.
Careful! I've spotted a trap.
Magister reports. Suspicious activity being witnessed close to Dr. Diva's mansion. Force delivering barrels directly into his docks. At least the Magisters aren't blind to what's going on in the mansion.
Look out! I see a trap nearby.
Might not be inclined to take action at the moment, still.
Careful now. That's a trap. Aha! There's something behind this painting.
No shit. We just still use the same sequence as before.
Look out! I see a trap nearby. I've spotted something.
Arrow Storm, Ledger, Intelligence Brief, Order in Society. White Magister Hux.
You are no Magister. Tell me, does Arx still stand? Lately, I was investigating possible threats to Arx. My inquiry, they've long used the suit. I fear that an attack against the city might be the dwarves, if that's what they're hiding down. There was nothing of great importance, just some restricted goods. It's whatever else they have that concerns me. What happened? I followed Magister Raymond may not be with us in person.
The spirit offers you a...
I'm in a poor position to...
Giant poison vial, open report. Why am I here? Drita events. Constitution, are you shitting me? Painting of a man. Yeah.
Careful! I've spotted a trap.
Yeah. Why press the button? Couple of empty potions, that's it. Nothing all that valuable, a little bit of extra information, I guess. Are we gonna repeat the same cycle again? I'm thinking going with the order we have in the paper first. Mind, society, body, divine.
Look out! I see a trap nearby. There's some mechanism at work behind these walls. That didn't sound successful. That didn't sound successful. That didn't sound successful. There's some mechanism at work behind these walls. There's some mechanism at work behind these walls. There's some mechanism at work behind these walls. Look out! That did the trick, by the sound of it.
A lot of gemstones. We can just dump the gemstones. Arrow the Earth's two-handed intelligence empty slot. Not useful. Just takes a massive amount of abilities to compensate for the lack of a second item. Probably on not that useful items. What are your resistances? You have none. I'd like to go to an elevated position. We can probably end this entire thing with a single casting. Right. no vulnerabilities. They have weak magic armor. So something that's concentrated in this area. There's also a lot of oil and things like that, so fire maybe? I'm tempted to try the pyroclastic eruption though. At least see it. Right. They're a little bit too far away from each other for it to make much of a difference. You need a fairly tight group. We can afford an extra spell though. Not sure what we should take. Something that we could use fairly reliably. I sort of think teleportation might not be a bad choice. We almost always have to position ourselves a little bit. But it's something that we commonly have to use. Vacuum Aura on the other hand, it seems like a piece of shit. I almost never use this. But I could say the same thing about a lot of spells we have currently. Okay, let's see how this goes. Not exactly a find ending spell, but close enough. Any chance I could get all three? No. This is not gonna reach them. I could prevent them from teleportation. He's not moving anywhere. He's dead. I don't need to do anything to kill it. Same time, no reason not to kill it. Death Block Rising. Might need these as evidence. It's a spear. Doesn't matter what it does, it's a spear. Journal. Paladins enter the area.
Excellent work. I had my doubts about you, but I'm happy.
Kemm looks about. Then
With that out of the way, I'm sure you've prayers to submit and acquaintances to greet. My paladins will see to any further concerns. Goodbye now.
Okay. Take your leave.
Paladins! Sir.
I'm not gonna just leave,
The
but
spirit of
no
Magister-
point arguing with him about it.
Keep looking. Take this place apart brick by brick if you must.
Raymond's spirit smiles.
Let's see what you've been up to. Search this place with a fine-tooth comb.
The spirit of a white Magister.
They must have left some evidence. Why else try
They
to
must have left some.
Singe
Why
notes.
else try to burn it?
Looks like Sanders has more talents than just toy making. Find the blueprint for the building.
Right, anything of your interest? Secret document. Karen, do not leave him unattended. Danger is immense. But again, I don't know if the paper itself is in any way useful, but might as well hold on to it. Papers don't really weigh much, books do. Well, if we want to make scrolls, we have plenty of ingredients for that.
Let's see what you've been up to.
Yeah, these are standard issue generic books, there's no point trying to read them.
Alright, Dallas. Let's see what you've been up to.
Suppose the more important notes are out there in the open, not in the shells.
Letters everywhere. It'll take ages to comb through.
Dallas, you best be careful. You're playing with necrophile. Looks like Sanders will tell us than just toy making.
Right,
They've left some evidence. Why
anything
try to
else
burn
of
it?
interest? Mind maggot grenade recipe. I already have this. Probably had this. Thunder rune, round gold necklace. Jar of mind maggots. Might want to make some of those. Certainly have the ingredients. They're just like lava grenades, except the duration is longer.
You again. It seems we are fated to meet before the Hall of Echoes after all.
She grimaces. Look,
No, it's not at all how I imagined it. Now I am seeking things you could never find for me. Rituals to awaken as an undead again. true death only rekindled my desire. And I've heard there's some kind of covenant, I can swear.
I think it was the undead guy we met earlier that wanted the corpse explosions go book. Now she regrets it. Must live again. Wonder if we're gonna meet her again. She swears the covenant. Doesn't really matter. Teleportation scroll. Encrypted book. Yeah, this is probably just a couple of scrolls here and there. Warden's report. Prisoner is going missing. No? Orc Tusk. I have no idea if that has special uses. I don't recall seeing Orc Tusks before. Tusks certainly of different type. Right, nothing of too interesting here. I'll check the mind maggot thing. What exactly are we missing from it? A grenade shell. Fair enough, we can buy those almost everywhere. Still, one job wrapped up. We might have a chance to steal from this area now. Nothing really worth stealing. Right.
Mystery vault under the barracks, hey? Those Magisters are crafty.
We don't want to do anything with the doctor unless we're to level 20, I'm sure of that. So we need 2 million points from somewhere. Jail is not a bad option. It'll lead to access to sewers. Death fog, that's one way to go. I still think the Lord Kemm probably should be one of the things we need to encounter early on. At least go into his house and steal as much as possible.
Evident on his hands and clothing. He's oblivious, in a daze as he paints.
I didn't just see it.
He nods.
The great schism of the Divine Order and the ruination of Arcs.
He gestures to the canvas. It's completely covered in the same shade of red, layer after layer. It's sodden, dripping onto the cobbles.
You're a dying breed around here, my friend. Nobody has time for art these days. Not shocked.
He tugs back the sleeve of his tunic to reveal a blood-soaked cloth bandage around.
It was my father. He was also quite the sorcerer. Magic infused for the most part, but the original, he keeps it locked away somewhere in that man's self-preservation.
There are elven shopkeepers somewhere here. I want to meet them. See what options they provide. Eventually nothing interesting, but it's fine. Console.
Gods, those flames! And Voidwoken! Here, in our sanctuary! The ancient Empire Consulate! We were sworn you'd go in.
I help you to know and understand.
Dubious Flyer. Victor Voss.
Never saw you before, Elf. Welcome to Arx. Care to see a trick?
The merchant.
Well, it's not a very dramatic stunt, but kids like find everything you wanted.
To know and understand.
Nothing of interest. I'll take that back. Some of the polymorph skills might be useful. We have all the important ones.
I help you to know.
My stuff will get you started. Come and browse.
The elf raises her head and peers down her nose at you.
Finesse, wit, scoundrel, sneaking, thievery, initiative, immunity to knockdown, cripple, slow, plus movement. Only weakness is that this is a bad armor. But also we have +5 wit, +2 initiative boots now. These are slightly better at initiative, but lack of wit is a problem. Provides good immunities. Hard to deny that. Also +1 thievery in boots. But we're not tied to that. We get thievery to 7, but I don't need the money. 6/5 is more than enough for all the useful stuff, so...
Memories and scholarship. Heady pursuits that elevate. I make no claim. The limbs they tear from each other are new. We are done here.
Right at your fingertips.
It's a healer.
It gives me joy to see you. You have made much of yourself. The mothers, the scions, war is coming. It gives me joy.
The Scion Sabile betrays us. The end of the elves draws near.
Greetings, friend. I thought little for sale beyond the very wisely chosen.
He sells the unique body parts that give you access to spells that you get access to a long time ago already. Another whoopie-doo. I will buy some useful spells. Frames of power could still be useful. We're not gonna need that many of them though. Shattergrass. Intelligence, memory, hydrosophist. And a rune slot, icebreaker. We currently have icebreaker memorized, so that would free up icebreaker. This is better memory and intelligence than the weapon we're carrying. The problem is we lose a couple points of strength, so carry weight would become a problem. +2 hydrosophist, so +7 skill wise versus +4. Plus an additional memory slot from the icebreaker. I think this is at least an improvement. This could also, but it doesn't have the critical hit, critical chance increase. And I don't need memory. I'm okay losing the 2 memory slots now. Yeah, this is fine, but it's not what we want. Not really. +25% critical chance increase. Holy shit. Warfare, strength, blinded, Accuracy. Set blinded. What the fuck? Do not trust your eyes alone, for only questions asked by the blade will reveal the truth. What a lot of shit is this? Does it go away? It seems set blinded for 2 turns, but we're not interested in switching it. Plus 25% increase in critical chance. Plus 3 strength would also maintain our current carry weight. Warfare would be physical. This would be somewhat of a drop in intelligence. But the critical chance increase is such a massive one. I think it's a weird weapon though, with the blinded and all that, so I don't want it. It might be fine, but it might be a management nightmare. I don't need that shit, I really don't. Where did I get this? It's a shitty rune in a power frame. Okay, ring. But still worse than what I currently have. Much worse than what I currently have. A bow, so no one cares what it does. Where's my amulet? Still, at least that shopkeeper offered something that's... I had to think twice whether I want it or not. I don't think I have conclusively made up my mind now either.
Leave me alone, I'm busy.
Busy. Right, we'll head toward Kemm's manor. There should be a couple of extra shopkeepers there. What are you? Consuls. Right. Consulates.
Please, do whatever you can to help.
Weak faith enables tragedies such as these. Safeguard
Good men died to bring
yourself
it down.
and your loved ones. Join us in the endless prayer. The divine will answer, but first we must...
A waypoint here. No. Also, all the enemies are, well, they are level appropriate.
Would that Lucian were here with us still. Void would never dare trespass while the divine walk this sacred city. Yes, I bore...
The priestess's eyes...
You'd have to be mad to continue. I can't say more.
Probably flows straight into the river.
Real antiques at realistic
The
prices.
man and the elf keep their...
What more to Confaro? Come on. Where's the... Exactly!
They fall into a sullen silence, neither of them willing to give in.
Real antiques at realistic prices. Who cares to trade?
Keep out of this.
This is not a good time.
Step up, noble savage. I got real lucky when the Voidwoken attacked. Some, maybe. The Kemms lost nothing in the attack. She's our leader. And I hope you like what you see.
The man in front of you is...
Ho there, fellow traveller. Luronta. Look, yes, cat. Such a beautiful place. Well, look around. My privilege and my duty is to remind the people of Arx that there's of course. What do you say, Rava?
The poet tipped.
Now, what poem would you take a sip? I've walked this earth, each vale and forests fair, the cities.
The trader sways in time to the bard's tune, but stops as you approach. She looks at the mansion.
Antique ring, necromancer summoning set poison. Portral scoundrel geomancers, constitution scoundrel, arrow third necromancer. I don't need constitution, just anything but constitution. We never really get into the constitution part.
Something special? Am I that transparent?
She nods to the loop.
See behind me. That's Linda Kemm's mansion. And if she's in there now, looking for this, she's in a...
Her voice...
People like Kemm, they just get richer.
She responds with a... The man taps his foot in time to the bard's tune, though he stills it as you draw near and clears his throat.
Ancient belt, resistances and restore 700 vitality. Ancient and powerful belt of restoration. 700 vitality isn't gonna save you from anything though. Maybe in a group. I would like more than 3 points into something useful from our jewelry. Apparently 3 seems to be the
She's evaluating
maximum.
She's an appraiser. He looks around. Could be, well, this is the estate of... Psst. Stickface. Wanna buy some stuff? Sell some stuff.
Right, the other reason why I wanted to come here first is because here's the key, the one that allows us to reduce action point cost. There's not all that much of it. I mean, we don't need any of it, but it's good to have it at this point, so we have the luxury of utilizing it.
Lizard melody. You do not find it
again,
but you
we always have to keep in mind that the end battle of the game, that is not going to be hard for us. That is something we can just casually walk through at any moment. So there's no point in hoarding things to that final fight. We need to basically use almost everything we've got before that point, otherwise it's wasted. And there aren't that many meaningful encounters left anymore. So every chance we have to push something, we should do it. We have a way too many powerful skulls now already. We do have the apotheosis option. That would allow you to use multiple master spells. I was thinking originally that it might not make any sense. Because let's say you have a weakness on a target, and you want to exploit it with a master spell, why not just for the same spell twice? You have the option. The Skincraft doesn't use, from a skull doesn't use action points. Then you can throw your spell, reset the timer and throw it again. But I don't think it works like that with all spells, like the Thunderstorm. There's not gonna be 2 overlapping Thunderstorm bombarding lightning bolts. It's probably just going to replace the extend the duration to the full 2 turns if we throw it in the middle of our already existing Thunderstorm. I don't know if that's the case, but I suspect that's likely the case. So you would need 2 mastery spells if you would want to have them both working at the same time. Nothing interesting. I'm not sure if I want to do too much experimenting in the area of super spells. We could get rid of the vacuum aura and something else and just have a secondary super spell always on hand. Rain Blood, for example, is fairly pointless. Rain could be replaced easily now. We have plenty of scrolls. Question is, what would we want? These combinations aren't good. Pyroclastic eruption and meteor shower would be a good option, but we have this in scroll form already. Fire and lightning isn't good because we want the electrified surface if at all possible. I suppose it would really depend on what the opposition has. You could go for something smaller scale, I guess, but again, we have all of this in scroll form, so what the fuck is the point? Maybe have skin graft. No, definitely no. It'll have to be fairly basic damage. I'm not sure what it would be. Hailstorm has the benefit that it's plays targets out of the fight, similar to the thunderstorm. So in that sense, they have some synergy going on. Do I care about the blood? I think I'd rather have normal rain than the blood rain. Other spells I don't really use anymore. Laser ray. We have plenty of scrolls, and I think more importantly, we use it so infrequently that the scrolls will suffice, and I can always make more. Yeah, I have 10 laser beam scrolls ready, but I don't recall the last time I used a spell. So, as useless as rain is as a spell, I use it much more often. The scrolls would run out fairly quickly. Is there anything useful here? Yeah, I recall this. This is, I think what you find here depends on what you chose in Fort Joy. One of the women there will, well, his corpse and spirit would be here depending on your dialogue option. Now there's nothing here because I never had that encounter. I talked with her, but I didn't really flirt with her immediately, so the option passed away. An interesting thing how many little things the game has. In the grand scheme of things, they're irrelevant, as I suppose you would expect. You can't have everything affect the main plotline in a meaningful way. There are a lot of differences.
Wanna buy some stuff? Wanna sell some stuff?
Long consequences later on from choices you never thought would be meaningful in any real way. Promises casually made that might have an impact later on.
I hope it's water.
For heaven's sake, would you please? I swear I've a mind to beat him to death with the nearest dictionary I can find. Oh, do spare. That little snob thinks me unworthy of being in his precious lord's mansion and praising. Just you try judging the state of a Vadistian armor if you're not even allowed to rummage through its drawers. Oh, he's all blood. He knows very well I'm the best in the business. Ask me to value. I'm merely appraising them.
A roguish.
What else would I be doing? How very perceptive of you. Now listen closely. Rumour I've had no... All I want in return for this information is a trio of curios that is said to be kept inside. The portrait of the divine... A most satisfactory arrangement. Did you find them? The portrait of... Why, hello again. Highly interesting. And highly... Anything else?
Rutoma Revelis. Strength, Retribution, Polymorph, Equalize. Completing this quest was a waste of time.
He catches.
I do recall that. Value-wise, it's not valuable in any way, but we will probably get experience out of it. That's why I'm interested in doing
Milady
it.
has come here in search of an audience with us. Lady Kemm is having tea in the drawing room over... Oh, it saddens me to say there are a number of deaths to mourn. None of us are perfect, milady. Yes, do...
Right. The most important goddamn loot in the entire section, though, is the tea. Could I have the tea?
Yes, Mom.
Brief bit we can say she's willing to sell us.
Shall Lord Kemm...
A striking painting, my lady, and featuring some familiar faces.
Linda.
Lady Kemm sniffs with the pride of a peacock spreading its tail.
Fire resistance, we don't really need this.
I hope everything is to your utmost satisfaction.
Maximum action points, this would raise action points to 10, but we can only have maximum action points or action point cost reduction. And if you're going to throw big spells, the action point cost reduction is massively more useful. That said, there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to buy both.
Come out, wherever you are.
She probably doesn't have all that much money. So we can't just blindly dump everything here. And reduce our own cost a little bit.
It's beautiful. You may recognize the quorum. It was here that they made history, in this very...
Lady Kemm smiles.
The Voidwoken Bishop Alexander...
She takes a slow sip of tea, eyeing you closely just...
The Elvins here. No great lot. Besides, like any elf, Tiriara's head floats in the clouds. They tell wonderful stories.
She pours you yet...
Then there was the Queen. Smart as a whip, that one. And Justinian. I had forgotten that pragmatism is usually partnered with stubborn...
Another smile.
I suppose that the ancient empire... The Lizard King. A travesty. Alexander sought to protect us all from a scourge. The
Lady Kemm... She sips from her...
Come out, wherever you are.
But please... Tell me about
Right, I'm going to make as much tea as possible.
Well now, we were...
I think we can only make it here, so... Probably.
I'll talk to my husband. He loves children so. Well, isn't this convivial?
The weather has been frightful.
So we have 8 uses of the action point reduction.
Is far too busy with his little group.
There aren't that many big fights left in the entire game anymore.
But let's not hold our breath, shall we? Morty?
And it doesn't cost anything to drink, that's the best part.
Having the time of my life.
So you can just really get an action point reduction, cost reduction. Right, we were here to investigate though. Not really interested in thievery. Probably have the key for this.
I've spotted something.
Probably should have actually read that. You know, there's some secret here, but I don't recall what it is.
I found something. Careful now.
Yeah,
That's a
traps. Teleportation should see us through this. Black mirror.
Why would Lord Kemm have a black...
The surface of the mirror is smooth. A vision of...
More or less we just need evidence. Not that we have to prove anything to anyone, but just so we get the experience. Old notes. Most vulnerabilities removed. Still susceptible to source vampirism while deactivated. Exploit chance low. Deployment number 3. So these would be the defending golems that they have. Retainer agreement.
Did Kemm write this, do you suppose? Or did he just confiscate it from someone else?
Right, Kemm's Garden should also have a lot of enemies we can fight.
Someone has taken a great interest in Dallas.
Right. There might be something minor items somewhere there. Don't particularly care. Right, all we care about is getting out of here without causing a fuss. We'll head toward the garden, kill everything there. There should be at least 2 fights, probably, possibly 3. Lizardmen.
Tragedy befell us at the consulate, but at least Lord Kemm...
Our consulate lies no less. Many a great name perished in that sudden hell.
The lizard consulate is gone. All that survives of it is what I managed to take with me. Care to see what I have?
Plus
Perhaps
5
we can make an
memory, plus
arrangement.
3 finesse. Free skin graft. The thing is, finesse is useless, and I don't need the memory. On the positive side, I could easily drop my current equipment to almost anything. Because there really wouldn't be any need for memory. I think this is worth the purchase. I mean, the current belt offers +2 in initiative. This is a better armor and +5 in memory. Strength, finesse, perseverance, initiative. Set silence, set... Nah, no, we're never gonna use that. Staff. It's a good staff, but it's a staff. It takes up too much space, really. Have something to trade in? Probably.
Oh, it was devastating, to be sure. Best to sell anything of value. The voice of the...
2-point loss of initiative isn't bad on its own. Ability to use skin graft. That's useful. This weapon sort of becomes, well, it has critical hit chance and the initiative. This has the intelligence, basically a rune slot. That is what this one has, and that's it. So this is the worst by far now. It provides +2 intelligence. We noticed at least a couple of potential items that could replace this in a heartbeat already. This is memory, intelligence, but I need a critical hit chance increase. Is that too much to ask? I can get that immediately, I think. I need a rune slotted item with a critical hit chance increase. That's all I need. Yeah, we don't really need the strength either. We have way too many memory slots. I sort of want to solve that. Although we do have 2 fights coming up, so the problem might solve itself. It has to have a rune slot, but it can be a total piece of shit weapon as far as abilities are concerned and levels are concerned, as long as it has the rune slot plus something. Critical hit chance and rune slot. Those two are the requirements. But they are minimum requirements. If those are not met, I'm not interested. Not interested in the least. There should be a demon ambush here again. It's not. Or maybe it is. Plans could be a key.
The bloom opens before your eyes, resplendent and regal. The bloom sent
sorrow. Our joy shall be the God-woken sorrow. Our joy.
The unusual
The advocate is dead. The doctor is in. The prey offers itself. Take it.
The flower has gone quiet.
This is a clear battle area though. Guess Lose needs to be in your group. What about Wailing Mandrake? And you can break the protection barrier here. I'm sort of curious what exactly happens if you do.
An inscription at the terrarium. Not every detail is visible through the terrarium's haze.
Gods, make it stop! Holy Mother of Define, that's loud!
Death.
I won't do much sneaking with this in my pocket.
What exactly can you do with it? Let me craft something from it. Yeah, that is somewhat annoying. What's a mandrake look like? Oh, fucker, eat it.
Sorry about that, but it had to be done.
Ability, Deafening Shriek. Remove magic armor from enemies around you and set deaf, reducing wit's accuracy and dodging, resisted by magic armor. Set deaf for 2 turns. Interesting. And also, I had no idea that this existed in the game. The ability to get such an ability. So that's -1 fight for us though. I would still think the plant fight here is going to happen. I don't see why it wouldn't. It has nothing to do with anything specific. Oh, disembodied hand.
3 owls in the One of the owls pokes at the dead owl with a vicious claw, spying a few sharp tugs, and you've pulled it as you gingerly...
I think this is usable for a scroll that does physical damage. We already have those, and it might be more useful as a hand.
The elegant owl mistress glances up at you from her papers.
Owl
a harried
mistress.
look on her face.
Yes? Can't you smell right now? But Lord Kemm's a good leader, a good man. He'll protect us. I'm sure of it. No surprise there. Rivellon's a big place. We haven't heard any. I'm no fan of. I intercepted. They're prepared, and the house of same old. Good luck out there.
Noxious bulbs. I probably want to come from this direction, more or less. Probably the best to fight from.
As you near the garden...
Source in the air. He must be near.
Has some explaining to do.
Fire weakness. Fire weakness. Fire weakness. We might as well take the meteor shower. Would be foolish not to take advantage of it in this situation. You can easily recover the source point cost. Lightning is resisted at least to some extent. Water is not really usable. I don't think we need to do it. It'll just make things a little bit more convenient for us in this fight. You're just gonna load the start the fight. No. Well, we have the extra space, so we could just dump extra spells there now. No reason not to.
As you near the garden...
The doctor has some explaining to do.
all that impressive on its own. They're gathering up nicely in a centralized location. I think I'm just gonna do poison immunity more or less and continue with the killing as normal. I have to say I was very unimpressed with the fear tower here. Didn't exactly do horrible damage. That's worth noting. Just nothing to feast from. Well, I can suck the source out of you. Then we'll burn you a little bit extra. Gooey. I'm sure if we kill him, more or less things are under control at that point. But we might want to kill the others first. Trying to think what abilities we would realistically need. Fire isn't going to be available for a while. Him is we only need to suppress, and fire pretty much has to be the thing to kill him. Same with the rest. Air is sort of doable though. So there's no point in creating specialty surfaces here. It won't aid. One remains. Is he going to try to wake up the leader? 1000 points physical damage, holy shit. Still, I think this is doable now. We'll mark your ass, because why not? Then we will shock your asses. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Nice. No good spirits to talk to. Just suck them all up, I guess.
The flower is withered. You bend to smell. The moment you finger the silky flower, the flower's beauty is betrayed.
Litter, purple pouch, silver glass. Doctor. Doctor sent gifts of peculiar seeds.
The flower's beauty.
He will not allow the king to rule unchallenged.
Slime would be for poison attacks. Peculiar seed. I'll take everything but the clog. No hidden treasures? No nothing? Mostly crap we need to just sell away so they don't become a burden to us. Unusually beautiful yarrow flower.
A yarrow? What an unusually large yarrow.
Bow doesn't matter what it is. Yeah, it's a piece of crap. Belt is... I think it's sort of better than the last one standing, because it has critical hit chance and initiative. It's still bad, but it's still better. Probably nothing of note here anymore. The only thing we could do is combine some of the resistance potions. I need to do that some time ago.
Rises and falls on Lord Kemm's
The flowers be...
What's this? I found something.
Tuft of cat fur. I think I'll see if we can combine some of the potions. 650 healing potions are totally worthless at this point. They're unusable for attacking and unusable for healing. We can see low level Earth's resistance potions again. So positive changes since the last time. I have no idea what caused that. Alright, the current situation is good enough. We would have much more reason to go for the 90. Well, we could heal through it if we would go for the 90. It would be a substantial healing ability at that point. 150, yeah, you heal a little bit, but that's not enough to really overwhelm the incoming damage. Poison resistance. I can't combine these for some reason. I guess you can't make these, so they're not included in the list of how typical crafting potions work. You can make resist all potions, so these should combine. Yeah, I'd like to make multiple resist large, or rather have 90% resist all potions, because at that point I could basically put on the potion and all kind of magic damage is something I could ignore. There might be a fight or two where that's relevant. And that would be Trumpets of Death. We don't have all that many of them. We don't need all that many of them. I don't think, strictly speaking, we need a single one of them. But it's one of those things I'd like to have covered, just in case. 50, another 50. Right, that'll do just fine. I suppose this highlights why the physical armor is more important. If someone marks your ass, your dodge and invisibilities are worthless at that point anyway. But what are you gonna do? Can't do shit, you just have to tank it. Control the yeah, 75 I guess is the highest. Well, for 10 turns we will ignore all magical damage, basically. Not all, there is a magic armor specific type of damage that isn't included in that. But that doesn't do physical damage in the slightest. Yep. I think I'll end things here, because if we go there, there's immediately a serious fight we'll have to fight.